If someone hurt you and then passes away before they ever faced consequences, that does not mean the story is finished. It means the chapter ends differently. And sometimes the ending is you choosing to close it anyway. Welcome back, loves, and if you're new here, welcome. This is Shadow Work Sunday, a space where I share what I'm actively working on in case it can help you too as a guide. Remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your own discernment. Trigger warning, this episode includes discussion of childhood SA, family betrayal, and grief. So please take care of yourself while listening. Pause if you need to. Come back when and if you feel ready. So today is a letter to my grandfather. And I want to say this clearly and give you a little background first, because people love to misunderstand what they're not ready to face. So this is not me still being stuck. This is me refusing to carry what was never mine in the first place. This is closure and healing, even without an apology, even without accountability, even without consequences, because he's gone and I still deserve to be free, right? There's a lot of confusion around this for me personally because memories come in flashes, dreams, pieces. And for a very long time, I didn't understand exactly what was happening because when you're a child, you don't have language for everything. You have feelings, you have memories, you have dreams, you have a body that remembers, you have a nervous system that remembers. Okay. Now, he was like a father figure to me in many ways. My father was still in my life. My grandfather worked hard, financially supported us, and for years I carried this feeling that I owed him something. Like I had to still honor that, like I had to keep the good parts alive. But the truth is, I loved him and I never felt safe. Both were true. And the older I got, the more there were things that just didn't add up. Things that felt off, things that didn't make sense. And once I was away from him, I started having dreams that terrified me. I thought something was wrong with me, went to therapy, and that's where it started to come into focus. Repressed memories, and of course, that changes everything, right? It changes your relationship with your childhood. It changes your relationship with your body, your relationship with sex, love, relationships, trust, safety. Sometimes it changes your whole life, and you don't even realize how deep it goes until years later. And part of the anger isn't only towards him, it's toward the silence, the pieces that I've learned since, the things that suggest people knew something and did nothing. And I don't have all the answers. I may never have all the answers, but I'm not writing this letter to solve a mystery. I'm writing it to release the need to know every detail in order to heal from it. I'm writing it to reclaim my innocence because it was mine and not his. And lately, since his passing, he's been showing up in my dreams, not in a scary way, but in the grandpa way that I knew him for a very long time. And that kind of messes with your head because what are you supposed to do with that, right? So today I'm doing what I know is true. I'm speaking to his spirit and I'm speaking to my own spirit and making a decision. This is a letter you don't send. This is not reconciliation. This is reclamation. So here is my letter. Dear Grandpa, you're gone now, and I'm still here. I need you to hear me in spirit, where there's no hiding behind a smile, no hiding behind the money, no hiding behind the image of the family man. I loved you, and I did not feel safe with you. Both are true. And I'm done carrying the confusion of loving someone who harmed me. For years, I tried to make the good parts cancel out the truth. I tried to honor you because you provided for us. I tried to tell myself I owed you something because you helped our family. But provision does not purchase silence, and money does not erase violation. You took something from me that I could never get back in the same form. You took my innocence, you took my sense of safety, you took pieces of my childhood that should have been soft and normal and protected. And I need you to understand this. I'm no longer willing to carry guilt for what you did. No longer willing to carry shame for what you chose. And I'm no longer willing to carry any spiritual connection to you that is rooted in harm. And I also need to say this out loud because it's part of my healing too. I release the guilt of not showing up for you. in your final days. I release the guilt of not going to your services. I release the guilt of leaving you to face illness and old age without me nearby, regardless of what you did for our family. Because the truth is, I could not be there without betraying myself. I will not punish myself for protecting myself. You never acknowledged what you did. You never apologized. Maybe you couldn't, maybe you wouldn't, I don't know. But that doesn't change the truth of what happened. And I want to say something that might surprise people. I choose forgiveness. Not as permission, not as approval, and not as denial, but as a release for me. So your actions don't get to live inside my body forever. So if your spirit is coming to me because you want peace, hear me clearly. You don't get peace by touching my dreams. You don't get peace by standing in the doorway of my healing like you belong there. If you are coming to me because you want forgiveness, hear me clearly. This is not yours to demand. And it's not my responsibility to offer you comfort. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to make me feel better, to make me free. I release the need to understand every single detail. I release the need to replay it, to prove it, to carry it alone. And I reclaim what is mine. My innocence, my body, my right to safety, my voice, even if I never speak it to the people who failed me. I reclaim the little girl in me who deserved protection. I reclaim the truth without needing anyone else to validate it. And now I'm setting a spiritual boundary too. You are not allowed to come into my dreams unless it is through the highest light, and only if it serves my healing. You are not allowed to confuse me, you're not allowed to seek closeness with me, and you're not allowed to pull me back into that. If there is a part of you that needs to answer for what you did, that is between you and Source now. That is not between you and me. I release it to Source. This chapter ends here. Not because you apologize, not because you face consequences, but because I choose to stop carrying it. Again, I release you to Source, and I call my energy back to me. I call my innocence back to me. I call my life back to me. Goodbye. So that was my letter. Take a breath. If you're listening to this and it sounds familiar to your story too, I want you to hear me. Closure does not require their cooperation. Healing does not require their confession. And not even consequence. You do not have to remember every detail to be allowed to heal. Your body knows, your spirit knows, and that is enough. Now, if you want a simple closing seal after writing your own letter, place your hand on your chest and say, "My innocence is mine. My body is mine. My spirit is mine. Only the highest light may enter my dreams. Everything else must leave." If this resonated with you, I wish you healing, and I am so sorry for your experience. If you need support or you want to support the sanctuary in any way you feel called, all the information you'll need is below in the description. Everything is appreciated. Everything keeps our sanctuary going, and I am here for you. As always, sending you light, love, and healing, and I hope this helped.